Hey guys, Joemer again back, and today me and my dad are helping you with a tutorial for trap shooting. This sport has been around for quite a while now, and many people have wanted to see a tutorial, and today me and my dad are providing you with one. And so, me and him have been doing this sport for quite a while now, about 7.5 months. And this is my trap gun here. We'll get more into that a little bit later. And so, trap shooting is more of a talent, skill kind of sport. You have to really like it to really want to do it. It's not for everybody. You can actually get good at the sport, but you're not going to hit every pigeon you see when you first start, but after a while you're going to get really good at it. And so, we go to the Copley trap shooting area. Fantastic place, I'd recommend it for anybody. And so, now to the gun. This is a BT99 AR, one of the best trap guns known. And so, this is mostly an entry-level gun for many people. Mine has an adjustable rib, butt plate, and comb. Most are just to adjust your face on your gun. Looks like this. And so, for people with glasses, I would not recommend shooting with both eyes open, as it creates a double rib. But if you have contacts, that may work better for you. And so,
Who makes that gun, Joe?
The Browning facility, whatever you want to call it, they make these guns along with many other fantastic models. My dad's gun is a Satori CXT. It's a Browning as well. It's an over and under. Very good over and under in my opinion. I'd recommend it for anybody looking for an over and under. Nothing wrong with the gun. One of the best parts about it is its ejector. Just perfect for it. It doesn't hit you in the face. It's easy to catch if you want to catch it. You put your hand over the ejector. It doesn't hurt you. Just don't get too close to the actual ejector because it is sharp. And so my gun, it does not eject. Okay, I'll show you what. If it makes a loud noise when I open it, that means it ejects. If it doesn't eject. Listen. See? No loud noise. If there's a big click noise, it ejects. And so, for starters, mine has a magnetic choke. You can get a magnetic pad if you don't have a regular pad. And so, like for starters, when you get into the sport, there's many things you're going to start to do which are incorrect. I would recommend getting somebody that really knows a lot more about the sport, learn how to lean into it properly. I'll give you guys a good side view. So, what not to do is this. Lean back in like this, because you'll fall on your butt pretty quick if you do that. But a good stance is having your feet about that big apart. Correctly hold your gun and lean into it. But since my gun almost weighs 10 pounds, it is a little bit harder for me. So I just stand straight up and down. I do put a little bit more weight into my back, other than my legs. But if you're like me, you get a lot of adrenaline when you start hitting 15 or more straight. So when you do that, just sit on your legs. Don't feel them, just sit on your legs. Because when I got my first 25, that was me. I had so much adrenaline pumping through me, I couldn't stay still. And so, like another thing, other guns to look for, I'll put this down real quick. There are Winchesters, Remingtons, SKBs, TriStars, many other kinds. Granados, Judics, which are button openers, many others that you can get. Of course, the more foreign gun producers you go, those are more the expensive kind. So, my gun, you can get one brand new for maybe, I would say $1,500. It's pretty fair for the kind of gun it is. My mom has the same kind of gun, because me, my mom, and dad, we all trap shoot. Hers is a little bit better than mine, I'll say it. Then my dad, I told you he has an over and under. He also is using a single shot, but he likes guns that eject more, just because you have a little bit more skill at catching a shell and everything. And so, if anybody likes, would not recommend getting a sawed-off shotgun, just because that will just throw you off balance faster than you can think. Although many pro trap shooters may challenge themselves to that. But guns to look out for, I would not recommend getting a semi, even though I started out with one. But I was extremely good with it until I got my BT99. So, the bad parts of getting like semis, pumps. So, while trap shooting, semis are not usually the best. I mean, if you're good with a semi, that's fine for you. But when using semis, they can eject their shell onto other people, which can irritate them, causing them to lose their focus on their shooting, which can be bad for their scores, bad for their mental game. And so, just recently, I was at the range, and one kid with a semi, his gun was ejecting shells all over me. And it was very frustrating, because I'm trying to focus on my shooting, and there's shells hitting my arms, and that's just not nice. Well, it's just not good at all. And other things like pumps. I mean, hey, if a pump is good for you, that's good for you, but in my honest opinion, those just make a lot of noise. The pump piece, I mean, it can be a little bit shaky, if you know what I mean. And, but single shots over and unders, those are the most popular guns for trap shooting. There's nothing wrong with those. But over and unders do give you more weight. You can shoot doubles with those very easily. Browning does make some of the best guns known. There's 725s, there's Synergy. Synergies are very nice guns. I've never shot one, but all I hear is good reviews from them. But BT99s, they're just entry-level guns. There's not much special about them. They're just really nice to use for beginners. I've used mine for quite a while, and it's perfect. Anybody can use these.
Tell us some things about when you're up getting ready to shoot. What should you do or not do?
Okay, so for you beginners, if you have any gun that can hold more than one shot at a time, and you're shooting singles, don't load both shells of your over and under if you have one. That is because there's certain parts of your gun that can be modified. So when you shoot and your gun has recoil, most of the time the gun will feel that, and there is a certain modification you can have to make it, when it feels that, it will be ready to shoot the second shell. You do not want to do that. That is almost against the rules. And say pumps, semi-automatics, unless you're shooting doubles, don't load it all the way. That can cause a lot of problems later on. And when you're waiting for your turn, do not, when you rotate, you may be the one after the person that last shot, and you may think, hey, it's my turn, I'm going to shoot. No. Whoever started on the first post will shoot every time you rotate first. Which is, it's a little bit weird, but it's fair. And like, if your gun is on the ground and you do not have a pouch, here, like, this is a very nice pouch just for beginners. It's a 2-pocket one, so put your shells in the first one, put your empties in this one if you can catch them in time, which is, I use this all the time. This is my own pouch. My dad has a 1-pocket one that he puts on his belt. He likes that one better. There's nothing wrong with those either, just sometimes that doesn't work for you. Excuse me. And so, another thing, if you have a pump shotgun, I've seen this quite a few times, and you put it on the ground, do not load all 5 in. That is against the rules, and it can cause a misfire and hurt a couple people. Because I was at the range and a couple guys were doing that, and I was a little bit afraid, to be honest, so. And for small kids, I would recommend a 20 gauge just because that would not kick them as hard, unless they're pretty big for their age. I would be okay with that, yeah. But
basically what you're saying is if you're shooting singles, you only load 1 shell at a time.
Exactly correct.
Yeah.
And in doubles, just say, I would not recommend doing doubles unless you have gotten a few perfect scores. You know how to exactly lean over. Oh, perhaps say, when you shoot, do not aim your beads at a pigeon. Sure, if you're really good at that, that's good for you. But the real way to shoot is you blur out those beads, but when as soon as you focus on that pigeon, those will come into focus and you pull the trigger, you're going to hit that pigeon. But if a gun does not fit you, if you can see the whole entire rib ball of black on that, that gun does not fit you. You need to either adjust it, or if it's not adjustable, find a different gun that fits you. Because when I first started, there was many guns that didn't fit me, just because I have a kind of long arms, so, just like my dad, so, excuse me. many guns, you need to check the pole to make sure the gun fits you correctly. As long as, if you are big and the gun is really short, you're either going to get kicked really hard or your face isn't going to fit on this gun. Because I was given a pump shotgun when my gun was broken, and I'll tell you what, it kicked me harder than the 1900s single shot. Because we have a 1900 single shot, and I'll tell you what, we call it the mule kicker because it kicks like one. Gave my dad a black and blue arm. We have never used that gun since. But yes, I have gone through a few different guns. Which ones feel the best? I would not recommend getting a field gun, just because there are some that kick just the crap out of you. Because I had a CZ Drake. They're fine guns for people that like them. I had one. It didn't work out so good for me. My dad used it, but after a while he was not good with it. It was just not the best gun for us. He eventually got the overloader he has now. I got this gun. And, so, to wrap it up, if you have any other questions about trap shooting, please put it in the comments below. And me and my dad will try our best to answer those questions for you. And as always, adios, people.